selling postcards can kind of suck and they may not be for you. Hey everyone, John for Popeye's Postcards. I know over the last couple of months I've put out a lot of videos touting the benefits of selling postcards over any other item that resellers sell. And there are many. There's so many positive benefits from selling postcards. I've sold a lot of other stuff and I narrowed it down to postcards. However, I'm going to give you the top 7 reasons why selling postcards can kind of suck and they may not be for you. And I've seen a lot of sellers over the years they watch my videos and see how well I'm doing with postcards and they're like, I'm all in. And then 3 months later, they give it all up. They contact me. It's like, hey, you want to buy my postcards? Because selling postcards isn't all sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. There's some definite cons to selling postcards. And in no particular order, reason number 1, you have to have a large store to see daily sales. If you're going to start selling postcards, from my experience and other postcard sellers I've talked to, you don't really start getting daily sales until you have about 2,000 postcards in your store. And before you're like, oh my God, 2,000 postcards, it takes up about this much room. 2,000 postcards isn't a lot in the postcard world, but that might be huge for someone who's selling jeans and anything else. Postcards is really a quantity over quality selling niche. I have 27,800 items in one store, and there are days I don't crack $20, and my average sales price is around $11. So people who want a higher average selling price, postcards aren't going to be for you. Number 2 is if you have a large store, you got to go through a lot of inventory. And unless you inherited a huge hundreds of thousands of postcards inventory, you got to go out and find it. Buying in bulk at auctions or going to an antique mall and spending hours and hours looking through the boxes of postcards and maybe only coming out with a small stack of 30 or 40 cards may not be worth your time commitment. But, there's 20 or 30 cards that you got could be thousands and thousands of dollars in inventory value. Which leads me to the third reason. It's a pretty steep learning curve with postcards. Everybody can get the basics for era and what's kind of valuable, but to get into the nitty gritty and to do this full time and make a really good profit at it, you got to know a lot. I can help you with that through my membership and through my videos, but it's going to take you a couple years till you can start going through boxes of cards and saying, oh yeah, these are the good ones. And even after 26 years of selling these postcards and handling millions upon millions upon millions of them, there's still stuff I don't know. I'm still learning and I'm still finding out what is valuable and what isn't. So it is a steep, ongoing learning curve. And basic knowledge, you're never going to find that rare green stamp. It's never going to happen. Don't even think about it. In the postcard world, old doesn't necessarily mean valuable. Just because it's a 120-year-old postcard doesn't mean you're going to get $200 out of it. So there's a lot to know about postcards. And that knowledge is actually very easily attainable. Number 4 reason is the postcard market is actually getting flooded right now. 6 years ago, when I first started doing YouTube videos for my first channel, there were 3.6 million postcards on eBay. I just checked this morning, there's almost 10 million postcards listed on eBay. Another site called Hip Postcards 6 years ago, there were 2.5 million. Today, there's 5.7 million cards listed. Another site, delcamp.net, 6 years ago, 47.4 million. Today, almost 54 million. And you're also getting these sellers that are starting their cards off at a penny, or they're trying to sell their quarter cards buy 2, get 8 free or something like that. So it's a lot of low quality sellers selling low quality postcards and devaluing some of the other postcards. Reason number 5, postcards may not be for you, and it could be a dying market. In my mid 50s, I'm one of the younger people at postcard shows. There are a lot of 70, 80, 90-year-old people buying and collecting postcards. So this hobby needs to have those people replaced with the youngins, the teens and the 20s. I'm seeing more and more of them showing up at postcard shows, and it's one of the reasons I started my first channel 6 years ago, was to appeal to the YouTube people and the resellers to think about selling postcards so we can get more people into the hobby. And I guess a threefold increase in the number of postcards listed on eBay may be an indication that that's happening. So I'm just hoping that that trend continues. Number 6 reason that postcards can kind of suck sometimes is the eBay standard envelope. It does kind of suck. Although it is a game changer that we can now become top-rated sellers by only spending 63 cents on a label, there are a lot of impatient people receiving postcards. And especially eBay does everybody a disservice by marking an eBay standard envelope as delivered when it really hasn't been. Luckily, in the postcard world, there aren't too many scammers trying to get a $4 postcard for free. It does happen, but mostly you're going to run into impatient buyers. And the last reason postcards kind of suck, no one needs postcards. In tough economical times, and it's say $4 a gallon of gas, you're going to spend $4 on a gallon of gas or a pack of ramen noodles, or you're going to spend $4 on a postcard. No one needs these stupid little pieces of paper. So in bad hardship times, people may not want to spend their hard-earned money on a luxury item. Even with all these negatives and cons I just told you about, selling postcards has been by far the best selling experience I've had. And if you're willing and able to commit to it, so that I can provide you the education, you just got to have the patience and willingness to learn a new niche and just work it into your current selling niche, if it's jeans or glassware or whatever. There's a lot of money to be made in postcards. So maybe just work it in slowly, and maybe you'll be like me and just do a complete 180 and a shift or a pivot in your reselling career. I do a what's sold video every Monday. I go live every Thursday, and every Wednesday I put out a new members only video that really does deep dives into the postcard world. And I share 26 years of selling stupid little pieces of paper that can actually earn you quite a bit of money. So that's it. Thank you for watching.